Hello, real quick, want to give you guys some feedback. We're talking less than a week away from this final project being due. Really expect you guys to be further along. I don't like the weight loss magazine one on the cover page, and think it's best that if you just have a simple page number at the bottom. This should be the cover page. So there's probably, this is not a newsletter, this is a magazine. Okay, so remember, I'm looking for this to look very magazine-ish. So I'm a little concerned that that's not any further along. And then when we get here, it's hard for me to know who's doing this part of the project. And it should be, while these images and what you have here is not bad, it's not great. I'm looking for an instructional magazine, so I'm wanting some conversation, I'm wanting some articles written, and I'm fine with, say, this, but it's just like everything seems to be so very little words at all, okay? And I'm not saying that having lots of images are not good. There's just no storytelling. And so this is starting to get there. I like this a little bit more. There should be a mixture of like this kind of stuff here with just images. But how do I know who's done this? Who do I give this credit to? I don't understand how. I asked this the last time to please be sure that people let me know who's doing what part. What I want is up in the very beginning, go ahead and make a second page where you list all the titles, the page numbers, link them up, and tell me the author of each one beside the title. Okay, so if you don't watch this video, I'm going to know it because you're not going to do that. And then I'm going to take off points when you turn it in. So while this is okay, again, when you're using images, you have to cite that source and just the layout here. You can't just, if you're going to use bullets, all the bullets have to be lined up. So you need to come back and whoever's doing this section. And then this image has been stretched out too far because everything looks stretched. So you can't just force images to be what you want them to be. If they begin to lose their clean look, you need to make adjustments. And so this here is not centered. That doesn't mean your text has to be centered, although you're trying to center this image. If you got this image from somewhere or you got this information, then you need to have a citation here for every image. This should be higher than this. Still, don't know who's doing this part. There's too big of a gap here at the top. You got to use all your space. Look at magazines, guys, and take a look. So I don't know who's responsible for these pages. It should say there who's doing what. Every image must have a citation. Thank you for turning in a PDF. This is how the final project must be turned in. Too much white space. Okay, if you're going to paste images that have white backgrounds, then the background of your document needs to be white, or at least this page, because this is not a good look. All right, and so this is just not enough. We're getting a little better here, but again, I don't want to see all these stinking bullet points. This is not a PowerPoint presentation. This is supposed to be conversational style, a magazine. You read an article. What about a magazine? Pick up a magazine. What do you like about it? It's not, does it look like this? It doesn't look this way, guys. Again, a white background on that image, pasted here with no citation. I said this the last time. Maybe this is a group that didn't turn in their work, I'm not sure. But the final project is due the 25th, which is this coming Sunday. You have until December the 1st, but let me give you a heed of caution. I'm not taking any projects after the Dropbox closes on December 1. So if your group goes to hell in a handbasket and you all can't figure out how to work together and it doesn't get submitted and I'm only taking one file, then the group just won't get their credit. This is not bad. I like that I at least know, but I'd like it to say here, written by. A magazine. How does a magazine look? You tell who's the author of it. This needs to be up, resting metabolic rate. This header is too small. This needs to be up, needs to be centered. This should not be centered. Okay? And magazines don't have just one column. Okay, so maybe you put a column here and a column here. I'm looking for some effort, guys. Okay, this is why I've given you the whole semester for this project, even though honestly it would take you 2 to 3 weeks max if you had put in quite a bit of time. Now, I'm not at this point reading the content to check for that, so that is what I'll be doing on the final submission. But again, this is poor use of space here. This image must be cited. Okay, don't have a title that starts on this page and all the other work here. So you need to adjust this, and this looks like it could potentially have been copied and pasted. That's plagiarism. You're not allowed to do that. This is the kind of content you need to put into your own words. Sit down like you're having a conversation with somebody. Again, all this is broken. Once you save this as a PDF, you guys have to go back and check it, make sure that it saves correctly. All this should all be down on maybe one page, either the top page or the bottom page. So this is hard to follow. I'm not going to put a lot of time into this stuff and it's not organized. So if whoever's supposed to be responsible for this page, this should be at the bottom. I don't need this weight loss magazine. That's on the cover. The only thing I need here at the bottom is the page. And at the very top here, you might put who is responsible, particularly if it's a blank page. But every page should have the author's name on it. And then let's just see. Let's see if we can scroll and see. So it looks like there's maybe 2 people who have submitted work on this so far. And then one list of a reference. All this stuff you guys have up here, there's no way you only have one reference to add. So for the project itself, start back with making this not a newsletter looking page, but a magazine looking cover. And then the second page, go in and put all the titles and basically like a table of contents. Make it where I can click on that link and it take me to this particular page. Try to make it that way. If nothing else, also have the page number. So line all your page numbers up. Remove this from the top, put the numbers in the middle of the bottom. Okay, so I don't know who to give credit to. I just have one name that I see on here. So please shoot me a message and remind and tell me the 2 people that it appears, if there's maybe 3, but I think it's just 2. Please send me the names in the Remind app of who has done work. I need to know everybody in your group. See, I don't even see that. There should be a list here that shows me everybody in the group. And if they're responsible for pages 12 through 22 and there's nothing there, I know they deserve a 0. But with the way this is set up, I have no clue. I'm just really getting worn out. I'm just saying the same things over and over. And y'all, this is 30% of your average. I'm not going to keep trying. I'm just going to give you the grade that you deserve and stop making the efforts I'm making, because everything I'm saying, either you're not watching the videos or you're just not listening. So you have until no later than December 1 to turn in an excellent project.